Are you ready? Are you ready for peak gaming today, guys? Because it's finally time for me to walk to Japan. This has been in production since Jingle Jam last year, December. Can you believe it? So we're gonna be gaming today. I'm gonna be walking to Japan in Minecraft because I don't think that's possible to do normally. But I can't believe that I'm here. Holy shit. $100. Oh my god. Oh my god, we hit cheese stream. Holy shit, we hit cheese stream. Holy fuck. No way. Sky with the $100. That oh my god. We hit cheese stream. Now I have to think about cheese stream. Oh fuck. You have plans? Awesome. You love to see that. Well then I have to update this. Where is it? I now have to update my goal. 200. That's right. If we hit 200, I'm gonna have to get a cream pie to the face, and it will be live on stream. But now that that's updated, we will be going over how today goes. So as you can see in the corner here, Sky's redeemed a media share reward. You will be required if you want to donate today because you've got. All right, let me run this down like correctly. I'm gonna be trying to do like a try not to laugh challenge. I'm gonna have 3 lives, classic try not to laugh. And you've got to make me laugh. So Sky's donated $100 for 20 videos to play in between donations. So Sky could just like drop shit down, and I'm hoping that it works flawlessly. We'll test it out when we get into Minecraft. But you got to try to make me not laugh. So when you go to the Tiltify link to donate, there will be a $5 reward, and all you got to do is click that, and then paste a link in the comment of the donation, and then Sky will find the donation link, find the like link for it, and put it in the song requests, media share thing. I'm very bad at explaining this, but we'll get going as it keeps going. So if you have $5 to spare and you want to try and make me laugh, there it is. But we're gonna be chilling for a while. We'll test it when we get in there. Exactly. We'll be testing it. It's I'll be walking to it in Minecraft, so we'll be starting from Perth and ending up in about Tokyo, Japan. Obviously, nothing. There'll be no buildings, and we'll probably be swimming a lot. But we will be walking, not running. We're not going to be using any sprint. Most of the we're not also going to be swimming. We're just going to be like normal Minecraft swimming from before. There's no running. It's walking. I've put it on peaceful mode just so I don't run out of hunger and I have to like backtrack and shit. Um, and I don't want to deal with mobs either. So yeah, we will be gaming again. Thanks, Sky, for the $100. You are now the top donator for the stream. Let's see if anybody can donate more money. We'll hit that cream pie. There would be mobs in real life. Yeah, all of the people, random people in real life that are dealing with everything. But if you got $5, try to make me laugh. Oh my god, alright. That would explode you in real life. I know, it would be crazy. Alright. There will be no music. It's gonna be like a pretty boring stream, all things considered, if no one donates. So please donate. Please, I beg you. And then Sky, I'm giving you permission to play like songs through the media requests. They have to be good songs, and they have to it's not like laughing songs, but they have to be like decently songs, and I will skip them if somebody's donation goes through. Um but yes, how about we switch over to the gaming scene? And what the button? That button? You can skip things. I can skip things. Don't worry about it. All right. full screen that shit. All right. Media share. I need to activate media share. It's gonna be so scuffed. All right, I've shown it on stream. I've put this on as just like a background to make sure that it works. You guys can hear this, right? Oh my god. Is it loud for you guys? Very quiet. I don't know why. This is why we gotta test stuff. It's unbelievably quiet.
Again, wake up, do a fish, white out, which I didn't know
There
you
we
could
go.
do. Then I smoked a
It's
fish,
loud now.
greened out,
I
then
fixed
I turned
it.
into the fish. Uh-oh, looks like the fish is kicking in.
We did it. Alright. I think it's perfect. And then we've got fucking wild... I don't know why it plays these things. Shut up. Can I just, like, remove all the shit from the videos? Ugh, give me a second. How do I stop it from not... I don't want the backup playlist. Fuck the backup playlist. We normal? I think we're normal. Alright. I mean, other than that, I think we're good. Alright. Do the tests, guy. Hit the command. Make this thing play a thing. Alright. And then all I gotta do... Here we go. Alright. How has it been? 2 hours!
Yes!
It hasn't been good yet! It's there!
Fuck,
I
I'm in the
see
cock
it!
and ball torture room. Cope, don't tell me to fucking cope.
That's me!
I'll cope your mum.
Meow at me like the good kid you are.
I play games by myself.
Let's go.
I'm not lonely. I just have no friends.
It's working.
I'm the goggler.
Everything works.
Look at
this is
this
great.
guy's caboose.
I love the fact that it's working.
Somewhere around here is a vibrating hole. Give me something
I've seen
better
this
than
too
the
many
D.
times, but it is my own.
Alright, back to
humor.
pegging.
So
He's pissing everywhere.
Smash right now.
I remember that. That hurt.
Yeah, how do I
Alright.
sex the Pokemon?
Cool. And it's over. Can I like? What now? Did I just pause it? I did.
Anyone's allowed to be a dirty, dirty boy. Go away.
I don't know why it did that. Anyway,
I gotta crank that soldier boy.
I don't know why it paused.
No balls.
But I'm in Minecraft. Alright, and it stops. This is perfect. Alright, guys, we're winning. It's time. Now, hopefully, if you add another thing to another video, it will work fine. And it will just automatically pop up. Everything should be good. Everything should be fine. Everything should be ready. Now, does it show up? Because it should. I don't know why it wouldn't. In the queue. It's showing in the queue. Is it like an autoplay thing? There's autoplay. Hold on. This is why we test things. Why is it not going anymore? It's literally there. I see it. I see it in the queue. Why isn't it playing? Can I refresh it?
How has it been?
I've refreshed
2
it.
hours, and we haven't been good yet.
Fuck, I'm in the cock and ball torture room. Cope, don't tell me to fucking cope. I'll cope your mum. Meow at me like the good.
I mean, I didn't do anything differently.
I play games by myself. I'm not lonely. I just have no friends.
This is weird. You have to watch this every time. It's also quiet. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know why it's so quiet.
Here is a vibrating hole. Give me something better than the D.
Why is it
Right,
so
back to
quiet?
playing. He's pissing everywhere.
Because I don't really want to raise the volume.
Yeah, how do I sex the Pokemon?
Anyone's allowed to be a dirty dude. Why is it broken? Hold on. Give me a second. This is why we're testing things. You say normal volume, but I'm trying to fix stuff. Alright. I turn off viewer requests, turn it back on, refresh the thing, see if it gets going again. You know, this is why we test things. Show on stream.
How has it been?
Why is it so quiet?
Hours, and we haven't bingoed yet.
Fuck, I'm
Why is it so quiet? How do I turn it up? It shouldn't be.
How has it been? 2 hours, and we haven't bingoed yet.
Alright, if I show on stream now.
Fuck, I'm in the cock and ball torture room.
Okay, that worked.
Cope, don't tell me to fucking cope. I'll cope your mum.
Okay,
Know me like the
it's
good
loud
thing you
again.
are. I play games by myself. I'm not lonely. I just have no friends.
What happens if I skip like all the way to the end?
No balls.
And then it should
I just got
automatically.
invited to check out the university.
There's that. Okay,
I'm standing at
that's
Pizza
fine.
Corner.
That's
Behind me
working.
is Azkaban Island.
The real
I'm at
question
the Kiln
is,
maximum
once the
security
queue is
prison.
over,
I'm standing on
will it
real
autoplay?
grass. What you're looking at is a convention. This is the Goldberg Computer Science Building, and this.
I'll skip it, and then put it in again. Put it in again, Sky. Repost your link. Do it again to see if it will work without randomness. Please, I need it to work. Why is it queued? Is it? It's showing on stream. It's right there. I see it. I see that it's right there. Why won't it play? Is it because I have no backup playlist? This is why things are fucked. Alright, hold on. I have an idea. Do I need to do a different command? No. Give me a second. Will this work as a backup playlist? That doesn't look like a playlist URL. It's not. God, I hate YouTube sometimes. We're getting somewhere, I think, hopefully. Please? If I show this on stream,
I just got invited to check out the university.
shut the fuck up.
I just got invited to check out.
Why does it... Okay. Now put it in. It's working. This is, at least. But I don't want this to be playing the whole time. Why? What? That didn't do anything. It just skipped the fucking thing. This is why I hate media share. What? Where'd it go? It's still playing. I fucking hate this thing. Ugh. This is why I hate everything here. It should be on autoplay. Come on. And it just didn't fucking play the other thing? That's crazy that it just... Come on. This is the one you wanted. This is the one that you suggested. Can I get a button on my Stream Deck to hide this? See, this is why we're learning things here. Alright, hold on. While I have this... Source visibility... And I can toggle it on and off to see the video. This is great. Alright. This is what I hate, you know? Everything, I hate everything. Alright, we have Portal music. It is also quiet. I can't fix it. I can fix it, actually. Alright. Alright, hopefully this works now. Alright. I've got the idea. If someone donates $5, I will have to do this manually. Unfortunately, it just doesn't want to work, but Sky, you can add it to the queue anyway, so all I gotta do is tab out and go to the thing. But it'll be fine, I think. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we're currently where the cactus is in Perth, if you're aware of that. This is where the cactus is. This piece of gravel, this is the cactus. I should have put an actual cactus here. But I have a Japan compass. We're going to be walking in that direction for another... because I put a lodestone where I'm actually going to. So you got to make me laugh. This is it. Because we actually go see the cactus. Well, while you're over here for Pixel, we can go see the cactus. See? It'll be brilliant. And you won't expect what it actually looks like if you haven't seen it already. But yeah, this is where the cactus is. And we're going to be walking from here to Japan. So, I guess we'll get started then. Yeah. I won't be laughing for this entire stream. Let's go. I'm allowed to smile and stuff. But like, obviously, if it's a laugh, I'm gone. But like, this is a vibe already, you know? Look at these. Are these moss blocks? I'm unaware. So this is, what this is it's actually a recreation of the world in, like, Minecraft. It's pretty epic, I think. But yeah. I don't know how to actually, like, change stuff around. Why would you add the Portal radio loop again? That's crazy. I mean, I could probably... Look, I can do this. And tab out. And it's... not 24 videos. Why are there fucking 24 videos? Hold on, I figured it out.
I just got invited to check out the University Club. I'm standing at Pizza Corner.
First video?
Behind me is Azkaban Island. I'm at the Killam Maximum Security Prison. I'm standing on real grass. What you're looking at is a convention. This is the Goldberg Computer Science Building, and this is Rogov. I'm back with Sam Cunnert.
You're back.
This is a big hill. I'm at the aftermath of
This
Hurricane
is every time
Fiona.
Scott video.
What you're looking at are ordinary streetlights. These are books. I am standing in front of the CBT statue in
Oh my
Dalhousie.
god, it's the CBT statue.
I'm at Sand. The Halifax waterfront is the front of the water in Halifax, and this is where I am. I'm coming to you. These are ducks.
He's coming.
I'm here at Five Guys. about to bite into this delicious burger. I am Maud Lewis. Most
Why does this
cities
feel
never
longer
sleep,
than it is?
But this one has an 11:30 p.m. bedtime. I am risking my life. I'm here in your walls. Back there is Theodore Tugboat, not the one driving by.
I didn't laugh.
But the big one. That's Theodore Tugboat.
It almost got me.
Excuse me. I'm very sick. And old.
And
My hair's
old.
starting to grey.
Oh god.
Excuse me for a moment.
Is this? I was gonna say, is this like a whole separate video or something? Like, what the hell? Alright, does it autoplay? Hell yeah. Is this music? Sky, is this music or is it laugh? We also do like it. Music, alright, we continue. This is the vibe for today. You know? We're walking. This is what we're doing in Minecraft today. You have 2 music until Portal Radio Loop again? Well, that means there's fucking people need to donate $5 to play their favorite funny video. Vibes are incredible. I know. The sun is currently setting. But we're gonna be locked in for the next like hour. This is what I'm doing for the next hour of my life. If you have any videos after Portal Radio Loop, those are mistakes. I don't know how they got there. I see. I get it. I understand. How's everyone's day been so far? I've been editing and just kind of relaxing today. It's been a while. You know, yesterday went pretty good. Today's going to go even better. Then tomorrow with Dawn, we're gonna start at 1 instead of 6. So who knows what I'm actually gonna do. You know? I went out for lunch, then slept. Hell yeah. God, Rooter Buster always goes so hard. If you guys haven't actually heard of Rooter Buster, the Deltarune Chapter 3, so good. I'm gonna cut through these a bit. We got vibes today, guys. And I'm wandering through, like, I don't even know where I am, to be fair. I don't know where I am. But we are just kind of walking. We're in Australia. I know I'm still in Australia, but like, where? We've hit the Cactus Desert shit. But I'm kind of like walking northwards to get to Japan. We're gonna end up in Tokyo. Guys, the real cactus. It's the friends we made along the way. I want to hear those donations come in. If we hit 200 tonight, I will make a cream pie to slap in my face tomorrow. I will do it during Battle Block Theater. I bought a new coloring book because playing games with my hand hurts. Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. Bet? Uh-oh. Oh no. It was gonna be $100, but Sky kind of just donated like $100 whole anyway. But like, all of this can be in $5 increments, you know? You gotta put links in your donation messages. You know? And then we gotta watch them. And then I gotta try not to laugh. Yeah, you gotta have funny videos, Kelly, surely. Outsource them. As well. You know, if you can't think of any. It's the chat's collective experience. You guys gotta have funny videos that I'd laugh at, right? Surely. A lot of the reels I watch on Instagram give me a little bit of giggle. Spent time collating mine. That's fair. Just remember, they have to be a max. They're a max of 5 minutes. So I can't just be watching like a whole fucking comedic routine. You know? Unfortunately. Also, that'd probably get me copyrighted, so I'm not into that. Unfortunate. A little giggle. Yeah. Sometimes it's gotta be... Sometimes it's a little giggle. Sometimes it catches me so off guard. And I just, like... I have to do, like, a spit take. You know, that sort of, like... It got you, but you didn't really want it to get you. That's the kind of shit that gets me on Instagram Reels. And then I don't watch TikTok, so... Oh, hold on, guys. I'm getting a call. Hello? Almost laughed at my own joke. Every time I hear this song, I can't get over it. It's not that funny. It's not, but it is. I know. It shouldn't be that funny. You know, it's not a funny joke. Are you sure about that? Apparently, it's really funny to me. What happened to the cactus? Poor cactus. Can I put it back? There you go. You're free. You killed it? I didn't do shit! You guys were watching me. I should put this in my offhand so it's there all the time? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know how, you know, like, interesting it's gonna be. Fortune 4K killing cactus. Actually, it's only 2K. I do like this song. It is a pretty good song. Makes me look forward to Chapter 5 next year. Noticed nothing wrong with the song? No, I haven't yet. Probably because I haven't heard it in so long. I don't know what to expect. If I hit visible, is the thumbnail gonna give something away? Like, is it gonna be the funniest fucking shit ever? I'll be real, I've only really ever heard the first couple songs. The first couple, seconds to this song. I don't think I've heard the full song. You know, I almost laughed at a thing that wasn't even donated to be funny. Something special about Third Sanctuary song is its time signatures. Well, I'm not a nerd, so I don't know those time signatures. It's in a lot of different wacky times. That checks out for Toby. Imagine not being a nerd. I know. Crazy. Crazy to think about. You know, the fact... This is a version that unwackies it, so it, like, fixes it. Well, not fixes, I guess that's not a good word to use. Normalizes it. Normalize audio is used differently, but normalize makes sense. Ouch. I just broke my leg. We're gonna be walking 10% slower from now on. The fact that I almost laughed at something that, like, wasn't even supposed to be funny. I laughed at my own joke. And that's what's gonna get me. Thinking of, like, clever things to say on, like, you know, there's something that's not gonna be very funny, and then I'm gonna like make something in my mind that's 100% funnier to me, and then I'll laugh at my own joke. Yeah, I don't want to break my legs. Donate wag clips. Oh dear God. I actually do laugh at myself a lot, which is, you know, like, I do post the stuff that I find the funniest. So technically, that's like, that feels like cheating, you know? I'm too funny for my own good. Yeah, unfortunately. But a thing about this challenge, the Walking to Japan, is that I don't know how far along I am from the goal. Right? Like, I'll only know when I... Like, obviously there's land, and then there's the sea, and then there's more land, and then the goal. Right? That's all I know. There's no progress bar because I didn't want to figure that out. That seemed very, you know... I think it's something about this challenge, you know? There is no progress bar. I just have to, like, hope and pray that I'm gonna go far enough, you know? But I see the sea. The sea is over there. I found the horizon. Just like in real life. Yeah, it is a bit like real life. Look, I found the ocean. I'm like... I think I'm in like the north part of Western Australia. Like, I'd have to assume that, right? I wish I knew where I was. But I don't really want to, like, get on... You know? Look at this. Oh my god, this is like a big ledge. Jesus. I don't really want to go, like, cross it, you know? I don't want to cross anything. And we've hit Portal Radio Loop again. Second funny video time. Alright. While we're at the sea. Skip, please.
Get ready for Ganger. Tonight it's Josh Mama. It's Zach Mama. And it's Brennan Lee Mum. And your mother, me.
No way.
I've been me the whole time. Welcome to Ganger, the only game show. I have no idea what
I
it
love
is.
YouTube
The only
so
way
much.
to learn is by learning. The only way to play is by playing. And the only way to begin is... Get ready for Ganger. Josh, it's not you yet. Brennan, your sound is...
That poor guy.
That's right.
Huh. Okay.
Josh, your word is... Orc. No points to Josh. Zach, your
No,
word
that was really good
is
though.
Hi, how wholesome is that? Brennan, give me a
No
dinosaur
points to
speaks
Josh.
its first English.
Please stay on the line, and an operator will be
With you shortly.
That is correct.
Huh. Okay.
Zach, a duck, speaks its first English. That is correct.
Huh. Okay.
Josh, your word is moose,
Correct.
cow, cat, chick, duck, frog, bird, fox.
That's a
seagull,
long
duck,
word.
Orca, lion, hyena.
All the animals.
All the animals.
Oh no, my computer needs... My
Josh,
computer's...
let's hear what you got.
Computer is blue screening.
I do like it. I am going to throw it out. No points to Josh. Brennan, your word is
No.
monkey. Monkey, key. Key, monkey, monk, monk. Key, 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 key. Monk, monk, monkey, key. Monkey, monk, monkey, key, key. Monk, 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 monk.
Yo, sick beat.
Very good. You understand how the game works. Zach, your word is monkey. Very good.
Oh my god.
Josh, your word is Brennan.
Yeah, I mean, I love it here on the East Coast. I mean, work's been good. My wife obviously has been good once or twice a year.
You'd think it'd be a monkey, but it's not.
No points to Josh.
Poor Josh.
Brennan, your word is.
I'm Jesus Christ!
That is correct.
Huh. Okay.
I am 35. Zach?
I'm 31.
I'm also
Interesting.
31.
I'm a 50-year-old man slurping sauce.
Good to know. Zach.
The fuck kind of window
Lee.
cleaning was that? I've seen that before at least.
I don't know if that's point worthy. I don't know if it's point worthy. I don't know if it's point worthy. I don't know if that's.
Do I need to put link in
Brennan,
comments or of
Your
Tiltify if I
word.
donate? Yes, you
Mac,
need to
me.
put it in the Tiltify comments donation thing. What is happening?
Correct.
Huh. Okay.
That was correct.
Give me 100 bats.
That's me petting them.
It's freaking bats.
Me trying to call Pico over.
Josh, I do want to give you the point, but that's not how the game works. No points to Josh. Zach, your word is
Word. Hamburger.
It's the
What's he
cops.
doing down there?
No, there are no points for Josh, unless you can give me music.
Oh my god. Oh
That
my
is so
god.
far answer I was looking
We hit
for, and so I
200.
think I will give you a mulligan.
All right, ready?
Dear god. You threatened me with a good time. Oh shit, it's this song. AK Cruisin'. Well, I guess I need to change my thing now. We get to hear this.
That sounded more like
Skip the song and the radio.
That is
Yeah, I will.
So very
But
good,
first,
Josh.
while
That is the
I
answer
wait.
I was looking for. I would have taken it, but I can't. Sorry, no points to Josh.
What the hell is going on? I need to minus that. If we hit 300, I now have to do the Sonic and the Secret Rings party mode. Do you want me to skip this? Is this what you wanted me to? Is this what you wanted me to skip? Okay. And then the portal radio.
What's
Oh,
up,
no.
guys? Today we're gonna be doing an epic prank. We're gonna be going.
Oh no.
I can't even say it. Dude, you made me laugh. Stop. I can't.
That's gonna be that's me. Holy shit, that's me.
Okay, wait. Okay.
I make
got it,
myself
I got
laugh.
it, I got it. Today we're gonna be hunting people with a bow and arrow.
That sounds
I want
awesome.
you fuckers to turn me into a chicken nugget. All right, Danny. Let's develop this cure for Alzheimer's. And click. Okay, that's. Congratulations, you did it. Okay, that was pretty easy. Whoops! Oh, I slipped, and now I'm pregnant. Shebang! How boys sit.
Oh my god.
How
Greg.
girls sit. Oh yeah, you like that, huh? So nice to meet you, by the way. Whoa! Oh, who put this fucking death trap here? I think it's about time that we graduate from stealing goats to fucking murdering kids. Let's do it. Let's stab this girl 15
I thought he was
times.
about to say
I
fucking
will
goat.
create a female with your skin. Do you feel
Heyo.
dominated right now?
This is my recliner.
Heyo.
And this is my dehumidified dragon heart. Hey, let's check out the garage.
Sweetie, I love you. Yeah, well, I love chicken, all right? At least it died for me. Okay, so you're not gonna kiss me. Might as well blow you up then.
Yeah. Oh my god, he has no hair.
And I definitely don't want kids in my backseat crying. I want my parents in the backseat crying. One like equals one shock from the defibrillator. All the boys
Happens
in my
every
school are such
Tuesday,
jerks. I wish I had a
unfortunately.
better boy. A boy like Bruce Willis. I need to fall in love with a car. Somewhere else in
Bruce
that someone
Willis.
is, of what someone would be. Hi, I'm Danny. I'm gonna be reading for the part of Spider-Man. Awesome. Let's see what you got. Okay.
Man, this seems to be so easy so far.
What? What is that? I'm a spider. Yeah, well, that's just how I am. Don't be modest, bitch. Yeah, my boyfriend.
Oh my god.
He's a steamy, hot, juicy ground beef boy. He's a hot, medium,
beefy
well,
boy.
pink on the inside, cow meat baby boy. on
Cheeseburger
2 whole
boy.
wheat buns.
Uh-oh.
Getting murdered at a play is intense.
What are you doing?
But Takis are
Oh,
seriously intense.
I got big dreams and an even bigger ass. How could you leave me here?
True.
Darn it. Why? Darn. Where am I? Ugh, Don't you hate it when you're trying to like cuddle with Bae, but she's in periods? It's so frustrating. It's like, Bae, get out of periods. All right, buddy. Well, I'm sure you know why I called you down here. You disrupted class on several occasions. You crushed a bully's skull between your bare hands. So, unfortunately, I am going to have to suspend you.
Negative. If I'm suspended, I can't
my
go
God,
to
robot.
homecoming. My mission is to mac on my girlfriend at the dance.
Oh, God.
That makes more
Take
sense,
off your
actually.
clothes.
What?
I don't have any clothes. I need a suit for the dance. Take off your clothes, bitch.
Okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Oh my.
Howdy, y'all. If there be any rootin' tootin' cowboys
That's
that like a good
me
time, why don't you
at
come go
3
ahead and
a.m..
flicker the flashlight?
Don't mess with me, kid.
I smell pennies.
Why is my wife such a bitch?
Goofy's gonna be the father of my child, and I'm gonna give birth
I believe
on
it.
It's a small world. There could have been a
The hell?
haberdasher twerking on my bed all night. Wives want to eat their husbands. It was actually my
Spiders.
grandpa's greatest wish to be laid to rest at Disney. Oh, that's
Hi, Squawk,
sweet.
how you
You're gonna
doing?
Scatter his ashes around at the park? Not exactly. Oh shit! I meant to text my wife that I wanted to kiss her, but I accidentally said kill. Now it's
Oh,
legally mandatory for
no.
everyone to kill their wives. What? Huh? What? What?
Goody in the goody.
Explain that. Explain. No.
Yeah.
Please explain this to me. Someone. You know what, buddy? Bring it in. Let's have a hug.
I feel like I have a photo like
I'd
that
love to.
sitting somewhere. Of me, of course. Oh no. Oh my god. It was a hologram the whole time.
What the hell? Dad, you're a hologram?
What? No, I just have weak knees.
Dad, it's okay. I don't care if you're a hologram, all right? Now, come on, let's forget all about
I'm
this.
sorry, this
Let's
is
go
too
play
awkward.
catch.
I gotta go.
What? What? Dad!
Animal.
Dad! Dad! Hell yeah, dude. I told you it'd be sick if they turned into airplanes.
Okay. I survived. Somehow. There were a couple there were little ones. There were little ones. I was worried. That could have been bad. Anyway, back to Minecraft. I'm gonna hide media share. Where music go? Where'd the music go? Portal radio, please. Alright. Reminder, $5 and you get 5 minutes to try and make me laugh. We're gonna jump in the water. Alright. We have officially walked. Do you know how that song Normalized Third Sanctuary? There's another way to do it. What the fuck? What do you mean by this? You know I gotta try and skip. Now I have to like Alt-Tab and skip the video to get you to... There we go. Yes, this is the one that you wanted me. This is the one that was playing before. Oh yeah, so this is the... Every third beat is replaced by the first one or whatever. Why am I being tortured for this? We've hit the ocean though, so that's a good sign. You know, all we gotta do is keep going this way and we'll eventually hit Tokyo. But I just want to say thank you everybody for the donations so far. We are literally 1/5 of the goal. That's crazy. You know, we're $200 in on day 2. What the hell? Given, you know, like Scully and Sky have both donated like $100 each basically, but you know, that's still crazy. Frosty has contributed with the $5, but you know, like sometimes it's crazy, right? But you could add to that donation count. Get me to $300 and you get to see a secret rings stream. Again, I hate secret rings. The party mode might be better. You can get to top donor if you donate $101. You see, I stopped by Dawn's stream yesterday after my stream, and Dawn was complaining It was like, guys, can someone please donate and take my dad off the top spot? And I was like, yeah, bet. So instead of like, her dad donated $50, I donated 51. You could do that. You could be the top donator. You could take Sky off the top donation spot. Are you going to? That's a lot of money, but it is tax deductible. So that's pretty cool, I think. You could beat me. Yes, you could beat Sky. Old mate from high school, how you doing, Fash? I'm currently doing a try not to laugh and raising money for charity while I guess we're swimming to Japan right now in Minecraft. Doing good, man. How's the walk to Japan? It's going. I don't know how far we are. We're just kind of going. You know, I'm literally holding... I'm holding 2 buttons. So yeah, did you bring your bathers? No, I don't think I did, actually. Hold on. Yeah, no, I didn't bring any bathers or anything. I'm sopping wet. But you know what? The walk from the ocean to Tokyo will be fine. You know, that'll dry me off. Your clothes are wet. Well, I'm also in Australia. Fully clothed will make the journey difficult. Yeah, that's the idea. It's a challenge, I think. You know, if I swim to Japan fully clothed, eventually we'll get somewhere. But yeah, my clothes. I'm currently holding 2 buttons instead of 1 this time. You know, swimming's gonna be the boring part. Actually, walking there was kind of enjoyable because I could like jump around everywhere. But I'm just kind of doing this now. You know. Now, do you guys think the land over to my right now is the Northern Territory? Or is it still Western Australia, but like the north part of Western Australia? Who knows? I feel like this could be like a really good song. If done right. I think it's America. I think you don't know your geography. If done right. Like, do you think a YouTube video that can mention sex would be TOS? No. I don't think so. I think only if it, like, shows actual intercourse, you know? What do you mean mention sex? I hope it's not objects I've shoved up my ass. Oh, yeah! No, it's not that. Okay. Well, Sky has now got. We gotta watch. We gotta watch the next video. What's it gonna be? We can finally be bees.
This isn't your world.
This isn't your world.
Bees. This is
we can be bees.
You can be a bee.
You can be a bee.
A pet.
A pet.
A pet.
Mark,
a pet.
This is good news.
This is
You'll
good
live
news.
For 30 years.
This is insane.
I almost laughed at my own speaking. Nearly got you from that. Yes. That was... You nearly got me. You nearly got me. Only because I was speaking along with it. Right? That's the only reason I think that you almost got me. Which is fucked up to think about. You laugh at yourself. I do. I shouldn't be talking. I hate that I have to press this button, but whatever. Next time I know exactly what I'm going to do. This is just because I didn't know exactly how this was gonna play. I didn't know how the media share worked exactly, but next time I know exactly what to do. It'll be fine. I'm also eating dinner while I'm doing this. I'm eating like a falafel or whatever the fuck. More like... It's more like a really big quiche, actually. Which is very odd. Oh. Gum. I'm not a huge fan of egg. You know, I'm not... You know, it has to be in something, I think. Not an egg fan. No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not complaining, right? I'm still eating it. But if it's just like, just egg. It's just egg, there's no flavor, it's egg flavor. If there was like sauce or something with it, I would be like, hell yeah, egg. But I'm not an Among Us fan. I'm not an Among Us fan, Dawn. Can you believe it? What do you guys think of my walk to Japan so far? Not an Among Us fan, not an egg fan. Literally a hater. Yeah. I had so much pepper to egg. Well, I didn't make this, to be fair. My mum made this. And obviously she doesn't know what I like my eggs with, or what it tastes like. Wouldn't be nice to eggs, mum? Exactly. We'd be absolutely chilling with the Portio radio loop? Exactly. This is like my respite from watching funny videos. You know? Uh-oh. Oh my god, Squawk just donated $5. Sky, get on that. I get to watch Squawk's video next. Squawk's interesting video. Oh my god, I'm picking up help. I hope you like it. For my sake, I hope I don't. I hope it's the most unfunniest thing ever. Just for my sake. I don't say that to be mean, I say that to survive. Oh my god. Another $5 from Nuki, holy shit. Double, oh my god. Doubles. My high school friend showed it to me years ago and it was hilarious. How does Media Share work for your stream? I tuned in just as you were talking about it. Basically, go to the link in Tiltify, you donate $5, there's like a reward. You paste the link in that like the description of your donation, and then Sky will take that link and put it in the Media Share song request queue, and then I have to tab out and actually play it so it works properly. It would work fine if I gave Sky like access to that dashboard for Media Share, but I just we don't have the resources at the moment right now. Alright. Time for funny 80 sex ed ad. Premarital sex. We got ads in 3 minutes.
Nicholas,
Yes, babe?
I think I'm ready. You know,
I watched it.
to have
There you go.
sex.
I figured you'd say that, so I came prepared.
You brought a condom?
I was gonna
No,
say
silly.
he'd better have.
Nick. Kinda kinky.
I was
Like
about to
working
say
with
that.
Explosives. Premarital sex is a sin. Have fun running in hell, Beth.
Nick? Nick?
What?
No! Wait! Nick, please! No!
Hell yeah, virginity is cool. And cool guys don't look at explosions. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm swooning over that man. He was so cool. Cool guys don't look at explosions. You can tell I'm trying not to laugh. Yeah, I didn't laugh. I haven't laughed yet. The only things I've laughed at are my own jokes. And technically I'm not laughing at them. I'm like on the verge. Because that includes, you know, that is what I am doing. Are we gonna hit are we gonna get Nuki's request in? Sky? Hello? Yeah, I said swoon. I was like, oh my god, I need to like cool down a bit. Jesus. Well, you know, I'm busy watching the next video. Oh, see, I'm glad that you're watching it, because then I get to keep going. But we got ads in a minute. Make Egg watch Kaijamo YouTube videos. Why would I watch Kaijamo YouTube videos if he doesn't have any YouTube videos to watch? Oh my god. Sick burn. Oh my god. Crazy. We've already discussed the loophole in, like, the trick to making me laugh. And I'm surprised no one's trying it. Clip that? I don't think I would see that anyway. I feel like that would make him hate me. Hi, Gemmo, I haven't heard that name in a long time. I know, right? It's been like 8 months. What? I hope the dude is doing well. Double burn. Oh my god. No. I don't mean to burn. But I'm kind of vibing at the moment. You know, we're splashed in the water. There's no music. The Portal radio isn't on. Why isn't the Portal radio on? He is Ghost Jammo now. He ghosted us all. I know. Fucking play the Portal radio loop, please. Hell yeah. Here we go. We're so back, guys. Hide that. Alright, we're so back. No, not the anti-dollar, dear god. I was vibing! At least I've seen that video already, which is a good thing.
Mark is a boy without friends or a dad. He's a 12-year-old boy who's haunted by...
Oh, we got ads.
And the boy's name is Mark,
Apologies for anybody.
and the girl's name is Jim, and the other
I've met them all
girl's name
individually
is
of each other.
Jim's brother.
I know.
And no one can
Pretty
see
cool.
the ghouls except for the boy. And the ghouls can high-five, but they can't high-five the boy, cause their ghoul hands just pass through the little boy. But they get along, and then sometimes they high-five, because ghouls will be ghouls, and the boy has no friends.
The boy has no friends. He's profiting off us. I am.
One time the ghoul and the boy went to the backyard, and the boy decided
No way.
to go on the swing, but the ghouls couldn't push the boy on the swing.
I apologize for all of the people through ads.
So one of the ghouls had to go on the swing, and the other ghoul could push the ghoul but not the swing. So when he pushed the ghoul just fell off. So they had a think and came up with a plan, and they tried again, and while
There's a boy and two ghouls. Yeah, and they're trying to swing. Spoilers, song request? What do you mean? Two ghouls, one boy. Oh my god. Whoa. Subscription. That's awesome. I believe my donation was wasted like this. I know, right? The thing is, I think you've shown this to me like 3 times already.
But they also felt bad cause this was kind of their doing, so they reached a compromise, and now when people ask, the boy says yes, I can fly, but only this high. 2 ghouls, 1 boy. 2 ghouls, 1 boy. Once one of the ghouls
I was gonna say, when does this happen?
and he hit the boy, and the boy died instantly. But it's okay.
Damn.
Now it's 3 ghouls. 3.
Was it good time?
That was it. That was
good
it.
time?
For me? Did
It's
I have
over.
fun?
That was it.
I've never had fun.
You've never had fun in your life?
No.
What? That was an answer to my question.
I had the best time of my fucking life.
I'll just watch. Man who has watched this video 4 times will return. Alright! It's fucking TV time, baby! Very upsetting guessing game videos are so fucking awful. I'm worried. We're gaming, guys. We're so back. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to get... I just realized that I'm gonna have to go to the shops now and get whipped cream for my cream pie to the face tomorrow. Ugh. All because we got money. All because I got donated and we hit 200. Can we hit 250 today? That would be awesome. We're so back. We are so back. Hey Dawn, do you wanna like... Oh, you're gonna be there when I get cream pie tomorrow. It's gonna be awesome. Oh my god. Another $5 from Lucky! Oh my god. That's scary. That's scary. That is genuinely scary. Why is it going over my webcam? Is that happening tomorrow? Yes, I said that if we hit it, I would do it tomorrow, and then we obviously hit it. It's only 2 days, guys. I'm gonna have to start thinking of stretch goals for the videos I send. I do. I genuinely do. It worries me. Also, this is annoying me. Videos over 5 minutes. Only the first 5 minutes is good? Okay. That's fine. I hope it doesn't go any further down. You know what? It's fine. Who cares? Fuck it. We ball. Well, while we wait for Sky to make sure that the video is safe to watch, I trust that Lucky and everybody that's donated so far has videos that can be played on Twitch. But still. It worries me. Well, we're definitely in the middle of the ocean now, which is kind of fucked up. And no portal radio. Why does this happen? It always does this. I gotta tab out, I gotta hit the play button. And then I gotta tab back in just to play the portal music again. This is my hell. But so far, I haven't laughed, which is a good sign, I think. You know, we are going very well. However, I do dread Lucky's video, so we'll see. And reminder, you could try to make me laugh as well. Where's my camera? There it is. If you donate $5. Oh my god, there's land. Why is there land? I'm having my eyes open. That worries me. Guys, we've hit land. I don't think that's Japan, but it worries me. Stream might be over sooner than I thought. So get your donations in while you still can. Because I said there'd be land, sea, and then land. So I don't know if that's like separate continent or something. That could be fucking... I don't even know. I don't even know what that could be. I don't know the world geography. We're forgetting about Malaysia. Well, I don't know my world... I literally was just saying I don't know my world geography. Like, who knows? I could have avoided Malaysia, for all I know. Depending on the route I go. I mean, it's very green. Very nice looking. The hell is that? What the fuck kind of wall bullshit is that? Who built a wall? Okay, but this actually, like, kind of worries me because where I placed the lodestone, there are a couple of those sorts of, like, buildings. So... I can't save you. Oh no. That worries me. Alright, guys. Henry's Kitchen. Henry's Chocolate Donut. What is this?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Henry's
Remind me of,
Kitchen,
like, iMovie.
where today we're going to be making Henry's delicious chocolate donut. There's two types of donuts. There's
Why did
the
he move?
yeast-raised, glazed
Why did he just
ring
move?
donut.
Yeah? Yeah, go on.
And the filled donut.
Nice
the
cut.
filled donut can be
It's just the male
stuffed
version of
with
K's Kitchen.
preserves or custard or pretty much any kind of fluid that you can imagine.
I watched
So,
this at 2x speed.
Without further ado,
Oh god.
like they say in New York, hey, let's make a fucking donut.
Yeah! Let's make a fucking
Okay, so the
donut.
recipe I'm using makes 5 donuts.
Actual
but
iMovie,
we're
I
only gonna
think.
be making 1 donut, so I'm
You're
just
only
going to be
making one
dividing the
donut?
ingredients by 5. So instead of 4 eggs, we'll be using 0.8 of an egg.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's math.
So I'm just going to put some of this back.
You're gonna save it for later.
I have a little plate here that I'll be using for my division. Whisk it up a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so I've got 2 tablespoons of melted butter, so I'll be using 1/5 of that. This looks about right.
What the fuck kind of
Over here I
measurement?
have some milk.
Oh.
And again, we'll use about 1/5 of that.
A 5th cup of milk. Oh
Stir it
god.
up a little bit.
This would be the cooking
Hey,
stream that I
Siri.
do. I'd
How
purposefully
much
do
is
this.
1/5 of 1 tablespoon of yeast?
Fucking really?
0.00078 gallons.
This is like watching me cook. Shut up,
About
only
a
I can
fifth.
make that joke.
Hey Siri. How much is 1/5? Hey Siri. How much is
Why are you doing this now?
1/4
1
of,
plus 1 over 4 is 1.25.
Hey Siri.
Please try again in a moment.
Hey Siri.
Well, bleh.
What?
Now we're just gonna knead the dough a little bit.
That looks too wet.
Okay, I'm gonna cover this up and let the dough sit for about 15 minutes so it gets nice and
Are
puffy.
you dividing that by 5?
Maybe this is a good time for us to fire up our vegetable oil. I'm gonna pour in enough oil to submerge approximately 1 donut.
Are you... Or why did Siri activate there?
Okay, let's grab this bad boy.
Gotta do another cooking versus stream.
Roll it up like a
We'll see.
pancake. And roll it up into a log.
Why?
I live in Hollywood, so all the names of the streets are named after famous actors or actresses. Like, for example,
What
the
street do you
one
live on?
over from me is called Fairfax. That one's not, but there's also High Point.
Why are you telling me where
and
you
then
live?
Crescent
Dude?
Heights. So actually, no, it doesn't do that. And next, we're gonna just conjoin the tips.
Oh my god, the
To
donut.
make
It's
a
becoming donut.
shape.
He's made a donut. I'm actually enthralled by this.
Let's put this in the oil for 1 minute.
Are you dividing that by
And
5?
flip to the other side.
I want to make donuts now to cleanse
Let's
this
take
from
this
my
bad
brain.
boy out and let them cool down a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds hard. That sounds
Now it's
really
time to start
like
thinking about some
burnt.
toppings that we can put on our donut. I've got some chocolate chips here. I'm going to melt in the microwave on high for 30 seconds.
Why are you melting the chocolate chips in the microwave? Dude, that's a terrible idea.
I also have some other surprises, like some chocolate sprinkles.
I don't want to hear about
A
your
lot of times you can
surprises.
even put your favorite cereal on top of your donut. I've got
To be fair, that's how I melt chocolate.
some
Look,
Fiber One,
it's fine.
which
It's
is not only good cereal, but it's also good for the digestive system. So let's get started.
But like,
There's something broken inside.
Why does he have... He's got sprinkles, but not actual chocolate. Also... As a more worse idea than how we melted chocolate during Jingle Jam. There was nothing wrong with how we melted chocolate during Jingle Jam, apart from the fact that we didn't have any sort of, like,
if you will.
way to get stuff off. Anyway,
First gonna dip it in the chocolate.
that's 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes. I feel like I'm doing us all a favor by, like, just not doing anything. Oh. I just did us all a favor there. Thank you, Lucky, for your $5. $5 to make us suffer through that. The eggs always get me. It almost got me. I will say, him dropping the eggs on the floor almost got me. It was so close. I did a spit take. Funny video for me. Okay. Funny video time. Sky, funny video.
This is Gerbo.
Oh my god, it's Bugbo.
He isn't very bright. Collecting rocks? Any particular reason for collecting rocks today? Any special occasion?
No,
Any special occasion?
just collecting rocks.
Well, that just won't do. Collecting rocks with no rhyme, no reason. Partaking in an
That's a
activity
crime.
such as this without a purpose is absurd.
A stone structure. How quaint. If my biggest stones are what you desire, you must pay a hefty fee of
Biggest stone.
150 shells.
No,
Oh,
Excuse me?
I'm not doing that.
I see. The actual episodes are too long.
A deal? A deal?
You okay, buddy? What the hell?
Well, take a look at that. The merchant is no more.
Damn. They just fucking killed that guy.
Wow, I haven't seen this many big rocks so close together since
Gerbo, every second we don't spend constructing is a second completely wasted. Boy oh boy, man oh man. We did it, friends. We really structured these stones.
Yeah.
We're finished, Gerbo.
You did it?
We can rest.
markings, they're glowing.
What could this mean?
It is I,
The fucking wizard!
Stone Mage. You have assembled the Saxon Purim, and now I may finally rest. For that, I thank you three. Today you have proven that you truly are pure of heart and strong of mind.
Pure of heart.
Never change, my
I killed a
friend.
dude.
Never change.
Oh hey.
You just turned to stone as well?
You there. How kind of you to join us again. Hello, my friendly fun friend. Hello indeed.
Hello.
How are you today, Gerbo? What's this?
Oh, this?
That's a tree.
It's a big tree, I
I
think.
don't like it. I want it gone. Joe, cut it down.
Oh.
Well,
The
Joe, it's
fuck
very
was
unlike
that?
you to refuse to take initiative, but if that's the way you want to be, I can't stop you. Even better, Gerbo.
Oh.
A whole underground carnival, all to ourselves. Hello, you free.
Clown.
Oh, I didn't know you were here. Hello. Not so fast, Mr. Mayor. We have a new candidate in town.
What? What the devil is going on? I'm the mayor. The next vote isn't
Until when? Until the people are tired of you?
Damn.
What?
Damn.
Okay, I don't have to listen to you hooligans. Security!
That won't work. The vote will be held tomorrow.
What? That's much too early. We need time to prepare the election, to sort out the voting
I
system.
don't think you heard me, Quentin. The vote will be held tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay,
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Hmm.
I smell a mayoral election.
All right, Joe.
What a
we've
fucking
spent 24
sentence to
bug hours
say.
preparing for this moment. You can do this.
Wait, Joe has to give a speech to get everyone's votes, right?
Correct?
He doesn't talk.
Shit.
Oh.
As you may know, an early vote is being held here today. Hey, you can't be here. I'm giving a speech.
No, you aren't.
I've seen that before. That would have got me if I hadn't seen that before, I think. Is that an eyeball? Oh, okay. It's over. That's it. I'm free. Back to the radio. Bugbo over forever. Yes, and now it's nighttime. And I keep walking to Japan. I don't know if we're in Malaysia, but I'm definitely near a wall. Animals. Guys, it's the wall. Alright, do I have to go over these mountains? Oh dear God. Actually, I have an idea on how to fix this. I'm lower now. And a reminder to anybody watching, you could donate $5 to maybe watch a funny video and try to get me to laugh. Because I haven't laughed yet. Oh, that was it? That was very small. What the hell kind of... What is that? Why is that a thing? Into the ocean we go, once again. We just got like a tiny little break. Walking to Japan now? I am serious, I am. I'm on my way. I don't know how far I am from actually being at Japan. But I'm getting there. I think. We've got vibes. Going the right way? Yes, this compass points me directly to Tokyo. So all I gotta do is follow the direction of the compass. I put link in dono message, yeah? Yes. Just make sure to redeem the reward. That's $5. Just a reminder, maximum 5 minutes. You can put longer videos in, but I'll only be playing the first 5 minutes. I guess that's the joy of not knowing how far along you are, right? It gives everybody a sort of like, oh shit, he could be finishing at any time. You know, as soon as we spot land, you know, it's like a, oh shit, is he about to finish? Should I put my videos in now? So you better put your videos in before I find land. While I swim. We got vibes. Music? Yay. New music just dropped. I gotta tab out every time. One day we'll have this, we'll make it easier. I don't even know where I am. I'm just having a good time. If we hit 250 today, that'd be awesome. Oh my god. $5 more from Definitely Not Dawn. That's crazy. Wow, that was awesome. Thank you for the like 50-second music. Sick. Back to the radio. You know, if it plays. 30-second music? Yeah. We're back. Just a little break from the Portal music. I think this is going well so far. Walking was supposed to take an hour. And considering we're almost at an hour 30 of the stream, the 5-minute videos have definitely helped elongate the stream anyway. This shit slaps, guys. What can I say? I would listen to this for 10 hours. Right? Probably. And no, I'm not gonna test that. You also don't have to donate, like, stuff to, make me laugh. You could just donate cool songs that you want me to listen to, you know? You could just do that. Maybe I'll make myself laugh, like I did for the first couple times. But I haven't laughed yet. The try not to laugh challenge is going well. I've definitely smiled though. And the stream's gonna end immediately once I hit Japan, by the way. Like, Tokyo. That lodestone is where I'm aiming for. As soon as I touch that lodestone, get on top of it, the stream is ending. So... And I mean, ending. You better get your donations in while you can. Oh. I don't know if I've said this on stream yet, but I'm kind of excited because on the 28th I will be leaving my job. I will be quitting. I'll be giving in my 2-week notice. Oh no. Oh no. The YouTube poop of Xenoblade. Dear God. Oh no. Why is there a picture of Eve from WALL-E on the Portal radio loop 10 hours? Dear God. Shulk!
You idiots! What the hell are you playing at?
Oh yes, the Waluigi.
Uh-oh. The Colonel's gonna explode.
He's gonna explode.
Mobile house into artillery. Ha, ha.
I fucking love
This
this
isn't
dude.
supposed to happen. The white is changing.
No way, the YTP is changing.
I don't want any excuses.
That was the guy from
Champions
The
don't
World Ends With
whine.
You.
They whine with
That was
wine.
Josh.
You're a bicep.
Joshua.
Yes, sir. How long have you been in the force? 40 seconds. I don't want any excuses.
Yeah.
44 seconds. I want double time. Yes, sir.
Was that the fucking Zelda Majora's Mask
Colony
time?
doing joint press ups with colony sis. Move. Colonel, we can't move. What? You better give a damn good reason why. Sirs, I told you to keep a stock of sirs in reserve. Sorry, sir. It'll be 3 seconds till more come in, sir. You're nothing but damn good champions.
At this rate, the men will all be a vehicle of some kind before they see any action.
Dunban!
At this rate, it's only a matter of time. Prepare for my great, magnificent electric nutbuster. Do you hear me? That's Dunban over there.
That's Dunban over there!
Don't be silly.
Oh.
Now I'm almost well enough to handle the potato again.
Dunban,
Potato.
don't say that. Why would you say that?
I just mean I'm still hot.
Why would you say that?
Off you go.
Okay.
Man, I remember playing Definitive Edition back in when it released on the Switch. Played it on
Dunban.
stream for a tiny bit.
No, Shulk has no sense of taste. He'll say it's delicious even if it's stone, even if it's cold, even if it's Ricky.
Off you go.
Ricky?
Okay.
Holy shit. I think she just fell down the stairs.
Danban, I need
Is that
to-
Kanashiro?
Use the force, Luke.
Shulk, you're junk. You should get out, get some fresh pastries once in a while.
Rosen!
Let's go.
Hello,
Oh my god, it's Michael
I'll have a piece
Rosen.
of chocolate cake!
Oh, I love chocolate cake. My mum, she says.
I don't remember asking about you!
Gonna get
Him.
Wow, that's amazing!
Rosen, what are you babbling on about? Sure, wants cake. Now! Every damn time, I swear to persist.
There's some chocolate
I love Michael.
for you
Michael
to take
Rosen.
Hey, what about the money?
Forget about it.
Nice one!
It's on the house.
Behold the power of Danban! 2 of them!
Hey, Fiora.
2 of them.
Dix,
Looks like you're in up to two.
I just thought I'd take Shulk some food. I'm on my way
Some
to the
foof.
lab.
I just sent him out to get some fresh pastries. You know where he'll have gone.
Rosen Bakery.
Yes.
That's the one.
You
A
will never
bakery.
get away with this.
Is that right? Then what are you gonna do about
Oh my god. I was considering putting a Rosen YTB in there.
Thanks, Dix.
If I can just
Michael Rosen.
could have done Dan's right.
Unlock!
It tastes so good.
Really?
Yeah, the chocolate cake.
Amazing.
See how you like this.
It's amazing.
Oh, really?
Not quite.
Really?
Yeah, this is bad.
I'm so glad that people can still make YouTube shoots without the use of fucking AI. Oh my god, it ends on a to be continued. No way. And a fucking Hotel Mario. Awesome. Where we? My number 5 funny. Oh my god, I'm doing funny in a row. Conjun House.
Ah, what a wonderful day to be at the sun.
Conjun, after all these years, it's finally time for your return.
These telemarketers don't stop calling. I'm gonna miss Gino's sunscreen alarm.
How's Walking to Japan going? It's going. I would like to believe I'm halfway, or over halfway.
I'm getting a psychic vision.
Does it involve loss?
You also have the gift.
Then you must also know to get lost.
I have found what you seek most. The psychic waves that burn through my skin have shed ultraviolet light on this phenomena in the form of a picture I took on my shell phone in the time. At the time.
Your shell
in
phone?
future.
Hey, future boy, tell me
Future
which
boy.
table have you bent over?
It's not
Perhaps the
going
table of
currently.
contents
Yes.
of this
It's
photograph
not. I'm not
right
currently walking. Crab.
How much do you know?
Gino, how easily we forget. I'm a psychic.
Get the damn thing. I want that crab.
Perhaps we can work out some sort of deal.
Crab.
Alright, okay.
Sick
Calling
fucking
in
beat.
Commander Crumlicker. Operation Crab is a go.
Crab is very skittish. My best advice is for you not to drop the phone.
Fucking god, don't these people know that I'm busy trying to find Crab?
It's me, Crab.
You're mine.
No.
Oh my god.
Damn it. Gino, you didn't tell me that Crab was a crab.
That's
All right,
crazy.
You asked for this.
Did you know Crab was a crab?
God, psychic net. And just like that,
Net.
Crab cooked.
Hell yeah.
Just like the old saying, life's a beach, and I'm the dune who can't sand to watch our crustacean comrades.
Why does this man
go
sound like
undetected by
fucking
the
Xavier,
long, talent arm of the claw.
Renegade
Enjoy your
Angel?
flight. Wait,
I wasn't broke till Tuesday. I would submit the sequel.
I can smell it. Crabs. I'm going to die.
Crabs. Everybody, get in the way. I'm committing vehicular hamburger helper. Awesome. Well. Unfunny people in my chat right now. That's fucking crazy. You serious? I just popped it. I just put fucking thing on. Anyway. We're going! It's happening! Another to be continued. I can't believe it. You hate Conjun? Well, I just didn't find it funny. If you considered that, if you considered your sense of humor is not the same as my sense of humor, and I'm just better at not laughing. Though I'm awesome. Well, perfect music to walk to Japan to. Yeah. Swimming underwater would be faster. I'm not allowed to swim. I'm just doing this. This is what I've been doing for the last, I don't know, minute. You're walking? Yes. I'm not allowed to go any faster than walking speed. But, there's some land there, guys. You must consider how nice I've been not to submit any Balan Wonderworld songs. Well, that's your choice, right? The songs of that game are, like, pretty, you know, they're fine. They're ambience. It's the game that I don't like. You realize I have the Balan Wonderworld soundtrack on my YouTube Music, right? And the music's only for the video, like in between the videos. But I'm not complaining about Deltarune music. Do you guys think I should press F3 and find out how far away I am from the lodestone? Yes. Well, first things first, I gotta swap over to the Portal soundtrack again. The Portal radio. Alright. Oh. Oh my. How many blocks is Japan from Australia? Good question. I just know the Z-axis is supposed to be negative. And it's currently not. Funny Video 6 from our sponsor Tim. Oh my god, Tim's giving me a video? No way. My favorite part of the Bible.
Cast the first stone.
Oh no! It's Sinless Steve! Jesus can't believe it!
Oh my god, it's Sinless Steve.
He's got a rock! He's lining up his shot! No! Oh no! No! Oh! The Son of God with the steel chair!
I'm gonna say Jesus with the steel chair. Jesus with the steel chair! That was awesome. Thanks, Tim. Thank you so much, Tim. Get out of here. Thanks for the follow, Panda Frog. How are you doing? You just joined us as we walk to Japan, and I try not to laugh at any of the funny videos that my chat sends. I say funny videos. They haven't really been that funny. But I guess that's the kind of vibe we got. Funny from Tim number 7. Oh my god. Tim can't be funny. That's impossible. Fuck it.
Girls don't want flowers for Valentine's Day.
Dude,
What do they want then?
flowers. I want flowers. I want flowers for Valentine's Day.
Classic. Please don't beat up people over the phone. What do you mean does that to me? Why would you do that to me? Please don't beat me up over flowers. Over the phone. That's mean. We got land! We got land again! Oh, we're almost at negatives. We're almost at negatives. Almost? Yeah. I want to say that we're halfway. But I don't know the exact coordinates. So we might not be halfway. But, I know that it's supposed to be a negative number in the Z-axis. I wish I could get like, I wish this was on like a server or something, and I was able to like put my location on a map. You know, like how fucking airplanes have them, like the trip progress, and you can see how far you are. So I could attack you. No, not like a server as in like multiplayer, as in like I just want a map that works online. I feel like that'd be awesome. Back in the water. We're progressing slowly, I guess. We got the vibes. Slower. No. Funny video number 8. Funny video number 8 just dropped. Tom Scott Discord
I'm in
meme.
Weldon Spring. I'm in Yevley. I'm in the abandoned city of Pripyat.
I'm inside one of the inch-and-down oil
Right?
tanks.
I'm off to
This
the
is so
Arctic
real.
for 3 weeks. I'm in Hull. I am in
Thought you could relate. Yeah.
I am at Disney World. I'm in Resolute. I'm in an airplane bathroom. I am in an unpowered glider. I'm in Iceland. I'm flying a few thousand feet over Lincolnshire. I'm at platform 9 3/4. I'm under the English Channel. I am still
He's
in
under
the
the
Arctic.
English
I'm
Channel.
in Gibraltar. I'm on top
I think the
of a hill.
funniest
I
part
am
of that video
squinting
is
into the
I'm
sun.
still in the Arctic.
I'm sorry. I've made a big mistake. I went to Slough. We are on
No.
an exponential curve. I'm in Swindon. I'm at the Computer History Museum. I am about to
Nell
cross
would
the road.
appreciate
I'm in
this,
Bristol.
I think.
I'm at the summit of Mount Evans. I'm on my way back from the Arctic. I'm
Yes!
I'm about to play bubble football. I am in Greenwich.
Oh my god, we
I
should
am
play
putting
bubble
myself
football.
At risk of being sued. I am not doing enough with my life. Oh no, I am a missile. I'm at the Eureka weather station. I'm in the small village of Yelling. I am with Norm. I am back with Norm. I'm in
Yeah,
Canada,
Norm!
Coggery Quinn, Drobelanti Siliogogogoch.
Oh yes. The fucking longest name. God, I love Tom Scott. Anyway, back to the radio. This is my suffering. But I'm not actually suffering, I'm vibing. Cool guy, I know, right? Norm's such a lad. Do you guys know that we're really close to 420 subscribers? Not subscribers, followers. 420 followers on Twitch? That's pretty cool. I think people should appreciate that fact. I love that I've just been sitting here for a long time, just, you know, slowly progressing. Pretty sure it is faster to go diagonally, but, like, who needs to go diagonally, right? Fuck, I was in the bathroom, I missed Tom Scott. It was just the, like, it was the same, like, I am in blah blah blah, and it was the caption, the Discord group chat, when you're free to play. It's that meme. Oh, you put music? Let's go, music. We hit music. Finally, I'm free. Dark Zone, but it's not in swing rhythm. I love the Discord meme. Tom Scott has got some good memes. Especially the one where he, like, chokes on a vape. That's fun. Have you made it to Japan? I have not. I'm still going. Yeah, this doesn't sound right. It is pretty funny. Right! This feels wrong. What the hell? Is there actually a Japan, or are you just walking the distance between kilometers between Perth and Tokyo? I am walking the distance in kilometers between Perth and Tokyo. But it's on a it's like the world map recreated in Minecraft. Normal music, sir, I know. There is a lodestone. It's the Minecraft equivalent of Japan. There is a lodestone in the exact GPS coordinates translated to Minecraft coords, where Tokyo, like the center of Tokyo, is supposed to be. So we're heading in that direction. That's where the compass is leading me to. When you get back to Japan, are you gonna walk to Perth? No. No, the stream will end as soon as I jump onto the lodestone. This has been a long time coming, so... Where's Frosty? Right? Frosty wanted me to do this. Where's Frosty? I don't even know who, like, came up with the idea. What happened to my camera? What? Why did my camera do that? What's up with that you prank some Japanese people? I don't know why my camera just did that. Hold on, guys. Let me turn it off and back on again. What happened to you? I have no idea. Something happened to my camera. Been trying to summon Frosty. That's crazy. I didn't even turn my camera back on. Bruh. Sometimes it just doesn't do anything that I plan. And then I gotta deactivate, reactivate. There it is. Hi, guys. Boom. Hold on. I've zoomed in too far. Why is it like... Here we go. Fixed. Everything's fixed. Started with the wag doing a flip mean and then it evolved into that. That makes sense. Anyway, back to Portal. I can do that while I'm here as well. Guys, can we get 250 before the end of the day? I feel like that'd be awesome. Also, I got new speakers today. I'm pretty happy with them. I've plugged my headphones directly into the speakers. Cool. But I got some, what is it? Edifier speakers, MR4s. They're pretty good. Funny Video 9. Oh my god, we're hitting Funny Video 9. Sky's almost run out of funny videos. Alright, top 5 Shadow Guy quotes. I think I've seen this. It's the fucking... There it is. Oh yeah. Oh my god, Rude Buster again. You know what? That is pretty peak. Yeah, that's a controversial take. Very controversial, I think. Okay. That is 100% peak. You know, fucking top Shadow Guy quote right there. Well, I can't believe you'd support that. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? You're almost out of videos, Sky. You got one left. How does it feel? How does it feel to be almost out of video? Hey, 20? Oh yeah, I was thinking of the wrong person. Oh my god, it's Fish! Frosty! Fish! Frosty, you've made it. You've made it. We're walking to Japan. I'd like to believe that we're halfway there. But I don't know. Exactly. Music? We're putting the music on TV World Chapter 3? Oh, it's from Mario Paint? Hell yeah. Guys, Mario Paint came out on the Switch 2 emulation thing. I think that's pretty cool. And just a reminder to anybody out there, if you donate using the Tiltify link, $5, you get a maximum of 5 minutes of a YouTube link, and you could try to make me laugh. I didn't really explain what I do if I laugh, but, you know, I haven't laughed yet, so we'll figure it out when I actually laugh. Give $100. It'll probably have to be like a charity thing. I'll figure it. God, I love this song so much, you know? TV World. It's genuinely, like, beautiful music. We're kind of just vibing, you know? This is my life right now. Traversing the open ocean. We will get there. We will get to Japan. And maybe 250 if people are feeling generous. Music is about to end. Never fucking mind. Let's go. I'm so used to it ending there. We get double the song. This is great. Unless it starts fading out, which then I'm sad. We're still going. You know, this is still happening. I'm amazed that I've even gone this far, you know? Without laughing. Why don't you walk on the ocean floor? Because then I would drown. I don't want to do that. I would prefer not to drown. This is the only way. I don't think I've let go of the W button. Cringe? Well, then you do it. You do this. I got signed up for this out of no intention of my own. So I make the rules. I'm making it as fair as I can. Like, I chose the largest Minecraft world map that you could get. Right? It was like a 1 to 500 block scale. Like, one Minecraft block is 500 kilometers or whatever the hell. I think that was what it was. I'm not sure. But, like, I'm doing this. And I'm doing it on peaceful so I don't run out of hunger, so I don't die. Like, the main thing is that I don't die. There's no phantoms. But I've disabled my sprint button. And I'm making it so that I have to walk. So I'm doing the right thing, I think. And hopefully we'll get there around 3 hours. Because nothing else is nothing else has happened. There's no funny. Nothing funny has happened yet. And there's that, so we put the portal loop back on. Or not. 2010 by dawn. Never mind. We got a funny video to watch. Why is it? Is it double?
Can't get any worse from here.
Okay.
Take care of the dumb bag.
What are you playing at?
Oh my god, it's him. Boomsa.
If you think the viewers, the people abuse you, like a double fourth war breaks. You may be right.
You may be right.
Hero
Hell yeah.
only play good things.
Ricky. Oh my god, it's Ronaldo Soccer. That's awesome.
Why don't you play a real Shin Megumi Tensei game like Strange 2?
Oh my fucking god, that guy.
I'm too old for this.
Shin Megami Tensei game.
Is Dunban okay?
What a crazy fucking video.
No!
Come on, Dunban.
He's asleep. He's asleep!
Sassy.
Don't be sussy.
I'll organize your funerals. Treat me like.
Okay. More
Damn.
importantly, the mecha here now.
I'm too old for this.
Why would you say that?
I'm too old for this shit.
We've disabled it, but only for now. It'll reactivate soon.
It's weird seeing Shulk without the Monado.
He's in there. He's not interested in this fight.
Whoa, Ryan, let's get to the
Fair
lab.
enough.
The lab. Of course.
You blasted mech colony.
The lab. The guy.
Men, get
Dog.
off this position. Yes, sir. Run and I'll kill myself.
No!
Anti-air battery 1. Why are my targets on fire? Respond.
Damn.
Anti-air battery 3. Why is my precious mobile house drifting up into deep space?
Why am I connecting you from... What is it? What's the quote? Why am I receiving your communication from the abandoned space station? Oh shit. Alvis!
I suggest you stop staring.
I promise here and now to throw myself
Hey, it's
on
Jenna
you,
Coleman.
the people.
Most majestic.
Oh.
And the forest is a distant memory. YT referencing an older YT is a distant memory.
Oops, one too many.
After all that talk, Zord was crushed by...
Oh.
Shulk!
Shulk.
Look at this.
The actress Praise forgot about. Right?
Running out of
Right?
brains here.
You may be able to block a projectile, but let's see if you can block 2 projectiles.
Oh my god, 2
You may be able
projectiles.
to block 2
2 projectiles.
but
Wait,
let's
can you
see if
block
can block a
3 projectiles? Oh.
Useless.
Totodile.
Can't tell you how badly.
Whoa, that's spoilers, dude.
I wanted to show I could beat it.
Is that it? That's the puerile reason you ravaged all those innocent men.
Oh, I love this. Dunbans, you'll never win.
Shala, you've
Damn.
got a stay behind.
Oh, really? Sure you won't shoot Shulk in the back?
Shush. Ryan, you've got to support us till the end.
Thanks for the heads up, Dix.
Alvis, you train.
All aboard, people.
Oh. Alvis. Oh, that's it. Cool. Awesome. Sweet. We got ads in 3 minutes, by the way. And we continue. We continue on our journey. If I haven't asked already, how's people going? Next funny. Let's go!
Thought about killing myself.
Yes! Number 1! Thank you, Steve Harvey. What an absolute fucking legend. It's on like par with like Banana! But I really do like that one. Thank you, Steve Harvey, for saying it's in such a majestic tone. Majestic tone. 12. Oh my god, this guy's hitting all of the stops. Guy's pumping out every single funny video on Frosty's behalf. I see.
Overworld, Sandor, the mines.
The mines!
The Wolferbone, pandas and cows. Place chest, flint and steel.
Flint and steel.
The nether.
Comedic timing, yeah.
Piglin brutes.
Portal Loop is so good. I'm Steve.
Steve.
The Woodland Mansion. Die. Village. They're the villagers. Bread. Just an iron golem. Hot lava.
Iron golem.
Forest. TNT. Firework rockets. Swiftness. Diamond armor. Full
I love
set.
you just said
Ender
swiftness.
Enderman. This is a crafting table.
This
Redstone
crafting table.
Elytra wingsuits. A lava bucket. I'm gonna cushion our fall with this water bucket.
Release! Oh.
Netherwart. The mine Creeper vindicators. Crawls with
Oh, did you hear that, like, growl in his voice through fucking Vindicator?
We mine, then we craft.
Let's Minecraft!
Survival mode, Alex. Or creativity at all. Mind this realm, Molly. Oh, kid. Anything you can dream. We got Hot Riders sneak attack! Jump! Let's dance.
Let's dance. What a legend. Anyway. Slime Cube. But we do have ads in like 10 seconds. I don't really watch the movie now. I've seen this video. That's fair enough. What streaming service do you think the Minecraft movie is gonna get put on? Probably Netflix, right? Like that would make the most amount of sense. It's on HBO Max already? I see. Disney Plus for some reason. Well, there's 2 different streaming services that just got dropped right there. So, I mean, HBO Max, I think that makes sense. Some needs me. Hold on for the tent portal. It's fine. But you may find the stream over when you get back. Ooh. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Gonna lurk on mobile now. Good luck with walking. Hell yeah. We are gaming. And there's the ads as well. You got this wag? I do got this Frosty. I'm over halfway. I can definitely say that I'm over halfway. Let's get to 250. Right, let's get to 250. There's literally $25 left. $250 in the first 2 days? That would go insane. That would be absolutely incredible. This is one of the days where you want to donate money. But so far, none of you have made me laugh, which is crazy. Like, how have you guys not made me laugh yet? Oh, what a loop. You hear that loop? You hear it? Did you guys hear it where it looped? Hell yeah. I can only put one hand up because I've got my other hand on the space bar and the W key. It's gonna be this for the next like 20 minutes. Which I'm not complaining, you know. We're getting somewhere. I can check my phone while I'm here, I guess. Oh, I've got lots of reels to watch. That's gonna be fun. So again, hi Squawk. No phone. I was just looking. I was looking at my notifications. Calm down. 2013. Captain, look. Is this the funny fucking Sea of Thieves? Yes. What a legend. From Tim.
Yeah.
Look! That's a classic. The best pirates I've ever seen. Shut the fuck! That's crazy. Still love that. That's such a good video. I love that video so much. Anyway. That made me want to play Sea of Thieves, even though Sea of Thieves is dog shit. Also, Sea of Thieves nuts can fit in your mouth. Got him. No idea what that means, just happy to be here. The 07 is like a guy saluting. Like the 7 is the arm. Man, this stream is so easy. I've been relaxing all stream basically. You know, it's just hold 2 buttons, 1 button, sometimes 2. Don't even have to touch the mouse. And just watch videos. No wonder reaction YouTubers and streamers like make so much content on that shit. It's so easy. Oh my god, the sun's rising as well. This is just the vibes, you know. This is such vibes. I have a feeling that when we hit land next, it will be Japan. You know, I think we've gone past all the islands. I think we've hit the big stretch of sea. But I guess we'll see about that. I'm way funnier than you guys. Bazinga, indeed. I'm laughing so much right now. That makes one of us. Oh boy. Yeah, there's like abandoned ships in the ocean down there. That's pretty cool. Anybody else got funny videos that they're gonna send in for money? For $5 through the Tiltify link. You just gotta pay $5 from Tim. Oh my god, we got another Tim.
That's wow.
One more Tim video left.
Wow,
Damn.
that's way too good. Here, you want some? No. You want some water? No. Man, move! I don't want no more water. I'm tired of drinking water.
Damn.
All we drink is water. I want to eat. Bro, I want food. We gotta drink water. Meat. We drink water. That's what we do. I'm tired of drinking. I want to chew. I want to chew now. You tripping? No. Yo. No. Oh, what's happening, Bumblebee? What you doing here? You know me. I'm just spreading pollen and joy. You know, it's my job. Y'all want some pollen?
Pollen and joy.
You right. You right. Yeah. Let me get some of that, bro. Let me get. Hey, guaranteed best pollen in the hive.
Appreciate it, bro.
Tell me I'm wrong.
It helped my skin.
It helps. You want some too?
Hey, yo, I wouldn't mess with him. He been tripping lately. He been tripping.
Oh, no, I ain't tripping off that, man. This is my job. This is my job. You want some, bro?
Oh no.
It hurts! Wow! Wow! This hurts! Good! Wow! Yes! Help! Help! I can't move! I'm a plant! It's good! It's good! It's good! Yes! 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 You crazy! You crazy! You crazy!
That was like a short horror film. You know? That shit felt like a horror film. Anyway. You doing the walk swim in the one stream? Yes. The stream will end when I touch the lodestone, which is where the compass is taking me. And I'm over halfway. We're so back. At what point does the portal radiator become torture? Since, I don't know, probably the reason why I put it on. I mean, I'm enjoying it, you know? It's like, how much can you listen to something before it starts getting on your nerves? We'll find out. But like, at least the portal radio loop is like kind of groovy. This is not Baby Shark. Yes, that would be awful. Genuinely would be terrible. Baby Shark, yeah. We'll get there. It's like, I don't know how many people have listened to Gangnam Style recently, but like, listening to that shit on loop would be crazy. Would you like music but funny? I don't know, yeah, I guess. Tim's lost. Oh my god, Tim's lost. 5 more, holy shit. She stole my broccoli casserole recipe. This is technically music. I'll put it at Wag to Hangman. What? Gangnam Style. Look, I love Gangnam Style.
She claimed it was hers.
That bitch, damn. Gangnam Style.
She's a recipe stealing bitch. Doris.
It was weird, just like looking at this, you know? Endless expanse. Was that it? Was that all the music? Is the music over? We're so back. Oh no, we got Trombone Champ. Oh shit. Do I have to watch this or do I have to listen to it? Actually, I'll listen to it. It's Trombone Champ. We all know where this is going. Watch? I feel like it'd be worse if I just listened to it. Right? Because it's Trombone Champ.
I came into office at a time of great economic and international instability. Families and businesses were worried about how to pay their bills. Putin's illegal war in Ukraine threatens the security of our whole continent, and our country has been held back for too long by low economic growth. I was elected by the Conservative Party
Yeah. Very funny. It almost sounded like they were gonna start rickrolling. Guys, that looks like a horse with no back legs. Never mind, it grew a back leg! You know, like that's the head, that's the front leg, and that's the back leg. That's what I saw. Now it just looks rude. How long does this go for? Wag hates three-legged horses. I didn't say that. Only 1 minute? How did that feel? There's no way that shit was just 1 minute. That felt so fucking long. That felt way too long. That's crazy. Anyway. We're so back. Fuck just took over my fucking chat feed on the stream. That's crazy. Big octopus. I'll be honest, I've run out of videos. Damn. That's crazy. Nobody knows funny videos. You've been knowing how to YTP. This is 5 minutes long. This entire fucking thing.
Only 3 artists can actually draw. Back alley backgrounds, digitally back paint lancer, and digital back lancer. Hunt concept artist.
Why does this look like
and finally me.
That fucking like miraculous show?
Area. Girl, we've been knowing how to hard.
Beatboxing bee.
Huh? I'm the beatboxing bee. Well, friff me. His father's a notorious trace-emator.
I traced over your art. I saw the drawing you sent to me, and
Oh
I
my
decided
God.
to trace the drawing you sent to me. And I don't know why I didn't decide to trace the drawing you sent to me sooner.
The
It's so much easier
fucking
to trace
drawing
the
you sent to me.
and to trace the drawing you sent to me. And
I'm
to draw the
watching
tracing you sent
Miraculous
to me. I
right
don't know why
now.
I didn't
That's
trace
crazy.
An easier drawing. I wasn't born. I was drawn, and I was traced over like the drawing you sent to
This
me.
is
Get
number
this idea
17.
out of your head that students trace the plagiarized drawing you sent to me, and bodybuilders trace the natural drawing you sent to me, and children.
Guy's got
ask for
3
water
videos
cups, but
left.
fill it with the drawing you sent to me.
Oh my God, s'mores or licorice, all sorts.
We've been knowing how to get wasted.
Puppy.
Huh?
Watch this.
Who the fuck?
Why isn't this train coming to like?
It's because the magic isn't good enough to work.
Are you from Ohio? Or something?
Are you from Ohio or something? I believe this is a real movie. This is a real movie?
Girl, we've been knowing how to draw.
Beatboxing.
We know how to draw.
Beatboxing.
Girl, we know drawing. We draw. We know how to draw. Girl.
Oh, I see why it's called this. Not this YouTube people. Yes. No, I'm aware of this.
We've been knowing how to. Huh?
Did you know that most people wish for money, fame, and expensive items, and expensive money, and ridiculous items,
Expensive
and
money?
expensive accents, and Paige Foster, and expensive Paige Foster items? Don't get me wrong, that stuff is expensive, but I wanted something better. I wish to see fish have feet.
Girl, we've been knowing how to angle.
Oh my God.
Art,
Fish.
puppy.
Huh?
What time is 11 in the morning?
11 in the morning.
Zozo. By the way, what time did you go and get a rational
is
haircut
going
and
on?
line up your very
What
serious
is
man
happening
as
here?
human food for the very serious group at 11 in the morning?
Have you ever put ladies on your cubes? It would change your shape.
You guys need to get a better sense of
Look into
humor.
my eyes. Lally, you know you love me. You know you love me.
You know you want me. So why don't you draw me up some food to eat? In my tummy.
Sadly, I shipped. Sorry. Beatboxing puppy.
Huh?
This is probably gonna be the longest, like, 5 fucking minutes of my life. Thank God we've gone through 3 of them. You can skip this? No, I have to. I have to watch this.
My legs were stuck in the hospital.
You donated for this.
Legs.
How we had videos? Well, you go to the Tiltify link that's pinned in the chat, and you donate $5, and you put the link of the video that you want to send through in the comment of your donation. And then Sky can add it to the queue. That's me after watching this entire fucking thing. That's also me when I get into bed tonight. Oh my god.
Perhaps she's mid. She doesn't matter. She's shit. No one cares about her. She doesn't shit. But to us drawings, Paige Foster is not just a mid woman who doesn't shit. She's our drawing princess. Movie, fall animation, film, artist. The people of the people of girl. We've been knowing how to puppy. Beatboxing Paige Foster.
Huh?
I'm the beatbox Paige Foster. I know you think it's Paige Foster.
What the flap?
Oh shit.
Huh?
Oh my god, we're free. Get me the fuck out of here. We're free. We're free from whatever the fuck that was. Back to the portal radio. What the hell? Guy, what the fuck? That was 5 minutes of agonizing torture. I don't know what's worse, watching me just casually swim over to Japan or watching that. Because that was awful. What are Secret Rings? Sonic and the Secret Rings. As in the Sonic game that I fucking hate. From Spock, my last one actually I've decided. Your last one? Your last one? Oh my god. That means we're not gonna have anything.
For years, I worried
this.
about our sex life. I didn't think we were gonna make it.
Luckily, premarital came along and changed everything.
Now we can trust ourselves, no matter how powerful the temptation.
By reducing testosterone and libido functions, premarital is the key to locking up premarital sex and opening the gates of paradise.
Sometimes we would fool around and be tempted to go all the way.
But
Should
the
be real,
was so
I think.
intense, I'd have to rub sandpaper on my genitals just to make it stop. Thankfully, after using premarital, my man parts are as weak as Jesus dying on the cross.
And I'm
Use
drier than the
DBT.
fiery pits of hell.
Just 5 pills a day, and you can eliminate sexual desire to focus on what's
I love
important.
these guys.
Planning your big wedding day.
Nobody wants to rot in hell
can tell.
forever. That's why I'd rather lose my virginity by forcing a lifelong marriage.
You're saying I can have guilt-free intercourse if I marry her? Count me in.
Judas!
If you or a loved one
Judas?
is struggling with temptations to have sex before marriage,
No way.
talk to your doctor.
Imagine being
and
called
see if
Judas in
premarital is
2025.
right for you. Premarital.
Imagine naming your child
Paradise
Judas.
awaits those who wait.
Awesome. We're so back. What a wonderful experience that was. Anyway, we keep going. Ugh. we're gonna hit the 2-hour, 30-minute mark. Eat ass. Right? Like, imagine being called Judas. My YouTube feed is destroyed. See, that was my secret plan all along. To destroy your YouTube feed of shitty videos. Secret plan. And you didn't even make me laugh. But you know what? This is fine, right? We got this going. Nothing bad has ever happened. It was just like, Dad, you look like a Frosty. That's crazy. Frosty baby. What the fuck? It's called, but it's Third Sanctuary? That's crazy. How many things do you have left, Sky? Like, I think you're pretty done, music-wise. But like, you could just put in a couple music, because I don't know if anybody else is going to donate money for laughing emoji, you know? We are getting there. I'm gonna count this song as the last one. Damn. I'm out unless I pay, I see. So if you find a really good, funny video that you think I would laugh at, you can send it my way for $5. Now we're just kind of like, we're just swimming. We're swamming. But you could just pop a bunch of music in the chat. Or in the queue, I guess. So we don't have to listen to Portal music, the Portal radio. Because this is all I'm doing right now. This is what's happening. Want to maximize the Z axis. I feel like we're getting pretty close as well. We're doing pretty good. Anybody's got funny 5-minute video? I would call this try not to laugh video, try not to laugh challenge a success. You know, I feel like I would know exactly what videos to play to get me to laugh as well. I think that's crazy to me. You know? Like, I know. Can you tell I like Third Sanctuary? Third Sanctuary is good. I have one in my head. And it's a fucking classic. And I'm talking classic. Did Bird? No. Look at me go. Look at me just casually. Once we see land, it's gonna be insane. Like, I'm gonna pop off when we see land. Because that marks, like, the end of the challenge, pretty much. And the end of the stream. You know?
I've been working all week, still can't make ends meet, and I've been getting
There's
no
music.
sleep. Now I'm about to freak. Let's forget about last night.
Dear God, music is playing.
Like it's our last night.
I can't believe it.
Like it's our last night. Like it's our last night. Like it's
As long as it's not... This song you hear right now is my last video. Like, humorous?
3 drinks. 3, 4, get down on the dance floor.
Do I need to watch the video for this?
I gotta make it count. I'm not gonna cry. Sorry, there's a lot on my mind. Like, where do we go when we die? Is it dark?
Maybe?
Can I watch movies? I'm at the strip club trying to see some boobies. Tell the DJ to play my song, cause I might die tonight. He might feel bad if I'm gonna die tonight, and he might just play my song. And I'm sobbing at the bar, begging girls to buy
kind of
shots,
gaming.
threatening to haunt them if they don't. I'm gonna be a mean
I don't think you need to. No, I don't think I need to either. If it's music.
I've been getting no sleep. Now I'm about to freak. Let's forget about last night, and live tonight like it's our last night, like it's our last night, like it's our last night, like it's our last night. Like
We're getting somewhere.
Okay, here we go.
I really hope I can finish this before more funny videos are donated. But also, it's gonna be very boring.
You might think this is mean as hell, but I can't die if I kill myself. I'm all up in church, putting in work. Gotta find faith before I
You're not wrong.
Every single faith, just in case. Gotta make peace with both my parents. Gotta write a will, gotta buy a gun. Hide in a tree and kill my mailman. Then I go back to church.
Why would you do that to a mailman? I mean, I know that mailmen are like fucked because they don't actually deliver your packages properly. But like, Hampton, this man up here, yeah. This is kind of a banger, actually. And I'm just, unironically been listening to this at work. I could see it. I could definitely see it. Does hit hard. This is so good. I'm just moving in a direction. You know? I'm expecting to get to Japan in the next 30 minutes. Well, I'm hoping. I'm hoping that it'll only take 30 minutes. Press W and spacebar. That's what I'm doing. Or should we go Chaos King? We need fingers in his ass to play. Do we? Look. I like it. I mean, we're vibing, right? Right? This is a banger. I love Chaos King, like the actual song. It's so like underrated. Like it feels like everything else is kind of just overtaken. It doesn't get talked about enough, I don't think. This is a song Tim posted in our chat recently. I see. 225 already? Nice. Yes, I know, right? I was really hoping we'd get to 250 tonight, because that'd be a quarter of my goal in the first 2 days, which is insane to me, actually. I hadn't listened to it yet, so I'm listening now. I understand. Look. Chaos King goes hard. But, you know, we're just chilling. We're going in a direction until we hit Japan. It's gonna happen. We're gonna reach soil soon, probably. I don't actually know if we will, but it's gonna happen. saving off the 10-hour Portal radio loop? Yes. That's basically what's happening. We've just replaced Portal radio loop with Deltarune covers. Which, you know, I'm not complaining. Is doing this faster or slower than walk? I think it's slower. Slower? I would think it's slower. You gotta go up and downs. Is there like a speed on in any of this? I don't think there is. I don't think there's a speed. We're actually going pretty quickly, all things considered. Could walk on the seafloor, then I'd drown and die and have to redo the whole thing, and I'm not redoing the whole thing. Oh my god, the sun's rising. It's starting to anyway. I'm kind of like not even walking in like a straight line. You know? I've been walking diagonally. Oh shit. The fucking Titan. Can I just say, by the way, I found out that they nerfed the night fight. And I was like, damn, when did they do that? And it turns out I beat the knight twice before it got nerfed. So, I'm kind of gaming with it. You know? I've got like I've got a badge saying I beat the knight twice. You know? One on my normal file and one on my weird route file. So that's pretty cool, right? I got to see the weird fucking cutscene of Carissa Noel. That was genuinely unnerving. I haven't touched anything else other than, like, I got to the Dark World and then I stopped playing. And I haven't touched it since. Would Route be scary? It's definitely... Again, it's unnerving, right? It's supposed to feel like you're doing something wrong. Which technically you are. My finger on the W key is starting to hurt. I've literally been holding it down for the last, like, 3 hours. Almost 3 hours. I'm gonna use my other hand. My hand is free! My hand is free. We're almost there, I think. You know? This is like the final stretch. Unfree it? What do you mean unfree it? I like my hand not hurting. Personally. Oh my god, it rotated. Did you guys see that? I hadn't moved and the compass went a different direction. It's happening. We're getting closer. The compass moved. need to adjust my angle again. We're getting way closer than I told you, we're on the home stretch. It's happening. I just gotta get there. I don't know where the music went. There it is. I've re-stuck my hand on the other place. My finger is re-stuck. Dolphins? There's a dolphin over there, right underneath my camera. So where? I'm not going out of my way for dolphins. I think a pufferfish just inflated next to me. There's pufferfish next to me.
Fish!
There are fish next to me. Holy shit. You're correct. Fish. Fish! We're getting there. It's happening. How are we doing? Oh. We're only a couple blocks out now. Like 1,000 blocks, but we're a couple thousand blocks out. I really do want to do the math to see how many blocks I had to traverse. It was a lot. Sky, you could probably figure it out. All of the coordinates are in the Everyday August Discord chat. I'm not good at math. Use a calculator. I'm winning. One day we'll see land. And it will be beautiful. Baby. I've had 4 kelp in my inventory this like entire time. What a walk. You know, what a walk to Japan. What an eventful walk. Oh my god, a dolphin just popped up right in front of me. Definitely not helping me, which is fine. I don't know what just happened there. Something happened. Okay. Ouch. That high-pitched thing hurt my ear. How are we looking? Slowly but surely. 14,000 blocks. That's how many blocks I had to traverse. That's a lot. Ow. That hurts. We're getting somewhere though, you know? We are on the final stretch. I can say that, for definite. It is just music, you can skip if it hurts. It's not that bad, but it's like the high-pitched noises definitely grind the ear a bit. My hand another break. It is motors. Yeah, that's fair. We're still going. Slowly but surely. I don't know what's going on. There's noises happening in the background. It has a little setup. Music videos aren't supposed to have a setup. They're just supposed to have the music. The whole point of music video. We don't need lore for the music video. It moved again! The compass moved again! Holy shit, the compass moves. We are getting closer if the compass is moving. What a relaxing day, you know? If everyday August is gonna be like this, I'm gonna get blasted in a breeze. I know tomorrow we're gonna be doing Battle Block Theater early, so we're not gonna be doing it at 6, we're doing it at like 1 or whatever, but it should be pretty easy. Nothing really happening. What am I doing on the 4th? I'm building Lego! See, I told you, this game, this Everyday August is gonna be so easy this month. This year's Everyday August is gonna go so easy. I'm pretty sure I'm building Lego on the Monday. Going dark again. How are we looking? The coordinates feels like a timer, you know? We're just like, we're this close. I love traversing the ocean for 30 minutes or more. I think I've been swimming this ocean for like an hour. Okay, Cat Swing goes hard though. Gotta check on my boy. Or maybe when you come back from your boy break, I'll be done. My boy break, yeah. Fucked up. What do you mean fucked up? What else was I supposed to call it? We'll get there. It's happening. Donkey Kong! No way. Donkey Kong. I gotta say, Donkey Kong Bonanza was really fun. I do have to play it, or like I actually have to 100% it. But later in Everyday August, I'll be attempting to learn the speed run. So we'll see. I've never touched that game. It felt like you could, you know? So we'll see how it goes. I need to learn the movement in that game. I know part of the movement is just using the fucking terrain to surf on. But maybe it'll be really easy, who knows. I feel like Donkey Kong Bonanza would have been a good game to stream, but like I decided not to, and I do kind of wish I had streamed it, but I would have been streaming it during Everyday August, pretty much. Like sometimes you just gotta take it as it goes, and I beat Bonanza in like 2 days, which weren't back-to-back days. It was like a 3-hour session and a 5-hour. Like, I didn't spend that much time on it. But it's such a fun game. I really did enjoy Bonanza. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it going back and 100%ing it. Because I haven't touched the game since I beat it. And I definitely didn't get enough of the bananas to, like, 100% or whatever. But up until about, like, the last area... I guess not the last area, the third last area? I was like, oh, yeah, this game would be really easy to speedrun. I guess we'll see when I learn it. I feel like I just need to learn a new speedrun anyway. Like, I know Mario 64's. I know Link to the Past's any percent. Maybe I should just do some more speedrunning stuff. Maybe I should learn speedrunning stuff. Might be interesting. We're getting there. It's happening. We're closing the gap. Back from Boy Break? Well, we are very close, I'd like to believe. Japan is far? Yes. Japan is very far from Australia. I would love to go to Japan one day. How close are we? I don't know the exact... But we're only a couple, like, 1,000 blocks? I want to say 2,000. Land! There's land! We found land! See, I told you. We're making it. It's land. We're so close. I mean, it's like an island, but like, there's land there. That's the first above-ground land we've seen in a long time. I want to say that we're about 2,000 blocks away, but there's a chance that I'm wrong. All I know is that we are close. I don't know what that, like, blue thing on the corner is over there. But it's happening. Land! There it is! It's the land! A chunk of land. I don't know how I'm gonna get up. Like, if land is that high, how am I gonna get all the way up? It'll be fine. We're actually gaming. It's happening. What the fuck is that? Like, why is that a thing? Just a random water tile? Whatever. It's happening. Right? We're almost at Japan. Who would have guessed? It's only taken like 3 hours. Which, hey, is exactly how long I usually stream. Well, like I used to just stream for 3 hours every day. I don't really hit the 3 hour mark anymore, but you know, I'm still comfortable going 3 hours. Especially since I start at 6 now instead of like 7. Because I get some time to just relax and before I actually go to bed. There's trees! I see trees over there! There's trees where my cursor is. There's a whole thing of land! Oh my god. It's weird to see land. Which means we're on the final steps. Guys, if you have any videos that you want me to watch before we get to Tokyo, that's it right there. This is in swing. We're almost done. If you have any funny videos, please send them my way. $5. Wanna be funny? Yep. You have very few chances left. You're correct. Because as soon as I touch that lodestone, the stream is gone. There is no more stream once I touch that lodestone. But we're about to connect with land! It's right there. I see it. And things will go quicker once I'm on land. We're about to touch down. It's happening. Look at that. It's beautiful. Ignore the explosions. Yes, I will ignore the explosions from the song. I'm gonna climb up this water thing here. Maybe you'll even see the lodestone. Guys? Guys, is that the lodestone right there? Is that it? Are we about to finish? I think that's the lodestone. There it is! It's Tokyo! We've made it to Tokyo! Guys! We've made it to Tokyo! Under 3 hours! And there's a sign! Congratulations, Japan! We did it! We've reached Japan! I want to thank everybody for being here. For Japan. Walk to Japan. I have finally did the thing that I said I would do from Jingle Jam. So, I will be back tomorrow, probably around 1 PM for Dawn's Battle Block Theater collab. Cheese stream and cream pie face stream soon. Yes, I will be throwing the cream pie at my face at the end of tomorrow's stream. Cat Swing Celebration, exactly, right? It's so good. And then I'll find some time to do a cheese stream. Obviously, I have to find time to collect all of the cheese, and we'll be ranking them. But we will do it in August. I will put it out there that we're doing it in August. But thank you for joining me. It has been a fucking torturous 3 hours. But it has been 3 hours, and we have successfully walked to Japan. So unless anybody's got some last minute donations, I'm gonna touch this thing, and I'm gonna go and relax. Get my button ready. I'm gonna jump on it and we're gonna end, right? 3, 2, 1. I didn't miss it. I promise I didn't miss it.